We have a major New York Yankees free agency update as a report from Bob Nightengale has revealed some plans where the New York Yankees are interested in both Brendan Rodgers and Andrew Chafin as free agents they could pick up on the team while they look for more lefty relievers and more infield help, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe. It helps us out a ton. 14% of people are subscribed to the channel. Took me a second to get that out. But if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe. However, let's jump into it as always. The New York Yankees are not done in free agency yet. They made big splashes early on, acquiring Cody Bellinger, trading for Devin Williams, obviously signing Max Fried, and getting Paul Goldschmidt off of free agency as well to cover first base. However, they still only have one middle infielder in Anthony Volpe, and Jazz Chisholm, it's unclear if he's going to be playing third base or second base next season. Ivan Volpe, I'd rather him play second base. I think it makes more sense. He's a great fielder. To put him in the position that it's, more important to be a great fielder in and a good athlete. While third base is a little easier to cover, it's just Jazz has a phenomenal arm as well, so putting him at third base works also. We know Jazz can play wherever if he needs to. However, I think second base makes more sense, but right now it feels like the New York Yankees are targeting second baseman more than third baseman, meaning we'll probably see Jazz Chisholm play third next season once again. And one of those second basemen that we've now seen the New York Yankees are targeting, after there's a bunch of names that have already been aired out, is Brendan Rodgers. Now, as mentioned by Bob Nightengale, the Yankees, who pounced quickly after Juan Soto turned down their $760 million offer by signing Max Fried to an 8-year, $218 million contract, trading for closer Devin Williams and outfielder Cody Bellinger, and signing first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Now we're seeking a left-handed reliever and an infielder. And as he mentions, they are actively trying to deal starter Marcus Stroman to clear that $18 million while having talks with free agent left-handed reliever Andrew Chafin and infielder Brendan Rodgers. Now, this is all great news when the Yankees are targeting guys who are very important to the team and also trying to trade away Marcus Stroman, who really makes no sense on the New York Yankees right now. However, I am very, very interested in these decisions. I mean, we know that the New York Yankees have been targeting some lefty relievers. They only have one on the team they have zero on the team as of right now. They had one last year in the playoffs in Tim Hill. And because we're talking about Tim Hill, we'll just discuss it right now. John Heyman mentioned that Andrew Chafin is high on the Yankees list of lefty pen targets, and Tim Hill is as well, as the world ends outside my window. But I would way rather Tim Hill. We know that Tim Hill can perform. We've all seen it. It makes sense to target that. I mean, look, the Yankees obviously have multiple options, and Andrew Chafin last season was not particularly great. He wasn't bad. On the Texas Rangers, he did not play very well after he got traded there. However, on the Tigers, he was fine. His whip was not very good. Everything was below average for him than usual. 3.51 ERA is not great for a relief pitcher at all. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not great. And, well, the Yankees, look, Chafin's a good option. I'd be fine with the New York Yankees signing him. But I'd also want them to sign Tim Hill as well. I think it would make way more sense for them to also sign Tim Hill, who's been better. I mean, a 3.36 ERA, but that was much better with the New York Yankees than it was with the Chicago White Sox. Great season from Tim Hill. Very, very good with the New York Yankees. Had a lot of great moments with the Yankees. I'd love for the Yankees to sign both of them. Maybe get more than one lefty relief pitcher. That might be a good idea. Sign both those guys. Bring them both on, and then you got two different lefty relievers to go to, so you don't have to overwork Tim Hill, whose arm was being used like crazy in the MLB playoffs last season, all throughout. So, get both of them. Go for both of them. Try to sign them both. Don't only be like, all right, well, we got Tim Hill, so let's not go for Chafin, or vice versa. It doesn't make any sense to me to only go for one of them and to only have one lefty reliever. The Yankees should be looking for more. Now, however, talking about Brendan Rodgers, he is an interesting piece. Now, he does bat from the right side, which makes things a little less interesting compared to some other guys who the Yankees could go for. But he's been a solid player. I mean, a 721 OPS is not bad at all for a second baseman, and solid slugging percentage for someone who bats or who plays at second base as well. Look, he's not some huge needle-moving player, but he is a solid MLB player. He can field the ball well. Is a former Gold Glover. Has played every season of his MLB career with all six of them with the Chicago Rockies. Yeah, with the Chicago Rockies. I'm really killing it right now. With the Colorado Rockies. And, I mean, look, I don't think he's some massive needle mover, but at the same time, he is an interesting piece to add on who would help the team, give them some stability at second base. You won't have to deal with Gleyber Torres getting 10 million errors anymore. You have a guy who will be a more consistent bat than Gleyber Torres, though, as I said, it's nothing special, but he's not some bad player at all. He's a very, very solid second baseman, and he's better than some of the other guys. I like him over Polanco. But if you're going to target someone who's putting up those numbers, I really think you should just go for Luis Arraez. Then it makes sense. I mean, the WAR is the exact same thing. Luis can play second base. He also can play third as well if the Yankees want to move Jazz to second. He's also been a first baseman with the San Diego Padres. He wouldn't do that with the New York Yankees who have Goldschmidt. But we could see a guy who, look, I understand all the drawbacks. I get it. I get the Yankee Stadium is not great for hitting ground balls and all that. At the same time, he's a lefty. He's got some of the best contact batting in baseball. He gives, I mean, with Aaron Judge close behind him, it'll give Luis more protection. It just feels like it would make more sense for the Yankees to do this, especially if you could just deal Marcus Stroman for him. You get out of having Marcus Stroman, and they'd probably have to pay some of that contract, but the Padres don't really care that much about money, so the Yankees could toss Stroman for Arraez, probably give some low-level prospect. The deal gets done, and I'd rather Luis Arraez than Brendan Rodgers anyway, or Jorge Polanco. So that would be something that would make sense for the New York Yankees. I think it would add up well. I mean, the Yankees want to trade Stroman, and as Bob Nightengale even mentioned, like, Marcus Stroman is one of the top MLB trade chips when it comes to starting pitchers. The guy above him is Luis Castillo of the Seattle Mariners, who's probably going to get moved so the Mariners can finally have someone who can hit a baseball. Also, their pitching rotation's great, so they don't really need Castillo anymore. So, outside of him, the Yankees do have one of the top guys who teams could trade for if they need a starter. I mean, Stroman was an all-star not that long ago. He gives a lot of good things to a baseball team, and it would make sense for the New York Yankees to target him, especially when you look right above that for top MLB trade chips for infielders right now, is Arraez. So it feels like there's just a bunch of problems being solved for two teams right there. The Padres could use another starting pitcher. It definitely would not hurt them, especially with the future of Dylan Cease up in the air. And obviously, Stroman does nothing to compare himself to Dylan Cease. However, that his future's up in the air. It's unclear if he's going to be with the Padres for a long time. I'm starting to feel like he won't be, so they might need some more pitching stability, at least in the short term, while they figure out the Dylan Cease stuff. It makes a bunch of sense to me personally. However, all this stuff, I do want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And real quick, guys, before I head out, I do want to say we do plan on starting a TikTok and doing shorts on YouTube. I do want to know what you guys want to see out of that, though, because it'll probably be there will be some trade rumors and stuff that we'll probably throw on there as well, but it'll mostly be smaller things like crazy stats, funny stories, stuff like that. Let us know what you want to see us make down below, and we will get right on it. Also, if you have any video suggestions, you can drop them down below. We're doing our best to listen to you guys. I know I don't respond to the comments that often. I always try to, and I live a busy life. It's tough to always get to all of them, but I do my best, and I'll try to do my best this time around as well. Have a great day, and go Yankees.